there are things that I've learned from being a professional musician, from the jazz scene, even from the classical scene. Sometimes I've had to discard certain mindsets that have been really toxic to me and have held me back. And I just have to try to close my ears when I hear certain things. I think when you're part of these very difficult genres, these elite musical communities,
Mhm.
people are striving for perfection, and you got to keep the level high. But as a result, people can be really judgmental of each other, and you end
Mhm.
up bringing that to yourself, and it can really inhibit you from being free and creative. And that's
Mhm.
one reason why, Drew, with all the stuff you've done with your career online, I mean, it's so inspiring because you're a classical musician, and so many people. It took me so long to finally start pursuing the YouTube thing seriously, which is what I've always wanted to do, because I'm hearing the judgment of musicians who might think it's superficial or whatever. Like, that was always in the back of my head, and seeing someone like you who's making
Mhm.
really cool stuff, you have all the access points, and musicality is not sacrificed at all. It's so high. You don't have to, you can do both. So it's been really important for me to
Wow.
not listen to those people and keep people in my head that I really respect and think about them all the time. I think one
Mhm.
thing that really changed that was doing Postmodern Jukebox, which I was not even enthusiastic about when I was asked to do it, because I was an idiot and had this super elitist mindset. Now I'm like, as soon as I got there, I was like, my life changed. I was so sick of the jazz scene. I felt like I was in a rut. I was like ready to find another career. Like, I started taking a real estate broker's course. I had that toxic mindset of looking down on everything that didn't fit whatever standards that I had absorbed from the community and a little bit from school. And it changed my life, Postmodern Jukebox. Even just musicians from a different genre, like a lot of pop singers, unbelievable musicians, so incredible. The audience loved it. When I would be a jazz musician and reinterpret the melody of Seven Nation Army and weave through the changes the way I like to, they responded to the changes because they knew the song. It just made me realize, oh, this is contributing so much more to the history of this music than a lot of what is happening right now, because it's innovating. And so then when I started to realize, and like looking back into the history and like seeing, man, this music was created by rebels, and now there's so much conformity, and like my whole life I've been a rebel and I don't want to be a conformist. So that kind of, when I started to see it that way, I was like, I could see the big picture, and that helped to get me out of that mindset. And then when you look at people of other genres, like, because jazz and classical people aren't reliant on fans, they don't, because it's, they're reliant on donors, it's totally different, and you have built-in audiences, so different. You don't have to promote yourself, you don't have to create this appealing sparkly world, but in every other genre you have to, and it's so exciting because it enhances the music.